gamers look at the arcade games, this is Hole in the Floor, where you're two hedgehogs and you've got to roll down the holes in the floor. Also, you can collect worms, which give you the ability to grow big, to make your own hole by pressing green or red to jump. But apart from that, it's just a basic left and right game. The fun thing about this is if you roll on top of the other player, which we'll try doing, if you just wait at the bottom, I can push you through the floor. So if you've run out of worms, the other player can try and save you by squishing you through. Or if you're playing competitively, you can just wait underneath the other player, like that, for them to push you through. Every time a row goes off, you get more points. There's no combined points in this game, but once one of you dies, find the holes quickly, then the other player's score continues. Remember, you can use green to grow. Oh, well done! Excellent catching up. Use that one. That's you guys. Alright, I'll go in a second. And so yeah, the speed of the floor goes a bit faster. That's it. Let's have a look at the events. So in the event editor, these conditions, we have 50, so below average, and the players are controlled by platform movement, and just with the rule of when they hit a block they stop, and that's what causes them to be pushed up. Now what we've got is a nice system of purple blocks that are called bouncing balls, but they move upwards. When they go off the top of the screen, they get created at the bottom. When they're created at the bottom, there's a rule that starts counting up. If they've got an alterable value of 0, then it adds on a block and keeps on adding on a block until it gets to 64. It keeps on adding on one to the alterable value. So if it keeps on adding blocks and blocks and blocks on until it gets to 64, and so 64 is the amount of blocks you need to get from one side to the other. Then we have these things, which if I move them above, they're bouncing ball. If they collide with any of the bricks, then that's what cuts them to make the holes. So they just bounce about at the bottom, and if they collide, we tried a few different things, but this worked best. Collision between those two, or if they're overlapping, destroy. And then that worked quite well. And that's the way it works. So it's just a little bit technical for the purple blocks counting to 64. If it's less than 64, add another block on, and it keeps on adding blocks on and then repositioning the block to where the last one was to work its way across, and that's Hole in the Floor, which we're going to change the name of there.